A lot of people say, oh, I always knew I wanted to be a vet, like ever since they were a little kid. That wasn't necessarily the case for me. I never really knew what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to go into a profession because I really liked science and learning in school. Honestly, early on, I was kind of deterred away from veterinary medicine because I would hear so many people who had also considered veterinary medicine say, oh, well, I couldn't imagine euthanizing someone's pet. The more I considered things, the more I thought that this really is the job for me. As I went through veterinary school and worked at different veterinary clinics, I kind of decided what I felt like was most important to me as a vet. I decided to do the mentorship program with Modern Animal mainly because Modern Animal stood out as being different.
We can now go to Jada, make sure Jada's profile looks good, and we can pick out a sedation protocol there, so that way, while we're in here and just finishing up, then they should have Jada ready to go for us.
Okay,
cool.
Yeah.
You wanna call the team?
Yeah.
When you're at a good spot, I just want Gober to have the opportunity to do a quick huddle. 1 minute.
This is our order today. Ham bone, and then hopefully getting Jada started shortly after. And then Hugo, and then Franny. Heart rate was 136. Rest was 30.
Yeah. He was an owner surrender. Sad. This,
Yeah,
right?
pull that on. Yeah, pull that. I'm gonna take this.
Yeah.
Grab that side. Yep, perfect.
Yeah.
Dr. Gober's running the show today. What are you thinking? 10 blade, 15 blade? What do you like?
He's a 10 blade.
10 blade? Okay. 2-aught PDS and a 10 blade.
I am Dr. Tony Nitido. I'm the lead doctor at Modern Animal, Culver City's teaching and training facility. Dr. Gober came into Modern Animal and was the very first individual that we went through this mentorship program for. So it was our first opportunity to really say, okay, we're doing this, let's try it out. The mentorship program at Modern Animal is specific to newer graduates, doctors that have only been out for maybe 1 or 2 years that really want to develop and hone in on those skill sets, whether that be medical knowledge, whether that be surgical knowledge. In our mentorship, you actually get both because we're going to do regular standard exams, we're going to do urgent care exams, we're going to do surgical exploration as well. So you get kind of the best of all worlds because we want to see how well-rounded you are. We want to see what you're passionate about, figure out what drives you to continue to do these things, develop those skills, develop that confidence, get you comfortable to walk into any situation and say, I got this. A good veterinarian is someone who has to believe that what they're doing is correct 100% of the time.
Cutting.
They have to make sure that they are communicating effectively, being an advocate for that pet in front of them. The ability to communicate, the ability to understand what's important, and to provide the medical expertise as well. All really critical things to being a great veterinarian.
What do you think?
Looks good.
Looks good, I agree.
I'm doing just a deep to superficial, superficial to deep to bury the knot. And now I'm closing sub-Q. And then I go back down and do intradermal.
A great mentor is someone who can be patient, someone who can provide opportunities for the mentees to grow themselves, not so much push them into growing, but to really just be there to provide that support and that guidance, whatever that may look like, with whatever case is in front of them. to let them discover things on their own and let them grow as whatever type of a doctor they want to become.
The mentorship program really gave me the skills that I need when I reach those points in my career where maybe I'm not quite sure what to do. I can think back to my mentorship program and the foundation that I had. I think it's easy for us to feel a little bit isolated and thinking, oh, I must be the only one that doesn't know this, or I must be the only one that feels this way. And I think the biggest thing I got from the mentorship program was recognizing that all of the things I felt were really normal as a new grad coming out of school.
So we'll get a dental pack out, right?
Yeah.
Everything that we have should be in there, or honestly, even, we maybe not even need a full
I
dental pack. We
know.
might even just do like a laceration pack, actually. Suture is in there. Okay. Get some. All right. Do you want full induction?
Yeah, she definitely needs more because
Yep.
she's twitchy.
Get all your stuff nice and close and set up for you.
See.
And get all that out of there because it's just going to be residual food, and there's some of those sutures right there. And so we'll want to clip those sutures out, right?
Can you take them out?
That are right there. Yeah. These ones can be a little bit of a pain in the butt.
I know. It's like stuck.
Here you go. Good job. See if we can get these ones on top. Let's say there was a huge pocket and there was a huge hole.
Yeah.
Now we are talking about doing like a corrective flap. We would probably be making a decision to about here, all the way down. So we'd cut through all of this all the way down. We'd cut down here a little bit more and undermine that whole section to fold it over.
Yeah.
In this case, we certainly don't need to do that. But yeah, I'd throw a couple here, and I agree with you here.
Yeah.
Yeah, bleeds really well. It's got good granulation tissue
Yeah. It's gonna
already forming. It's gonna heal great.
Yay.
Good job.
Thanks.
It looks good. What's going on, bud? Yeah. He's a good boy. You're a good boy, huh? Yeah. And you still need to get adopted, don't you?
The veterinary industry in general, highly empathic. We're all feelers. We love what we do. We got into this because we really wanted to make a difference and help animals. It's taxing, it's tough mentally, but it is something that we all feel and struggle with. And I do make sure that I incorporate that into the mentorship program as well, because up to this point, there's been so much book knowledge, and this is the first time that we're able to utilize that knowledge directly on pets and communicate directly to members. And that can be mentally taxing by itself. And so for someone like myself in a mentor capacity, I try to let the new graduates know, the new doctors know that, hey, all of these feelings, it's gonna be heavy. It's very common. I went through it. All of these other doctors went through it. You're gonna go through it. Some of these things are going to feel amazing. Some of these things are not gonna feel great. The overwhelming thought that I always want to display is no doctor has to go through this alone. Even though I may be your mentor, there is a huge community out there that wants you to be successful.
Aw, little name. That's so cute. But she's been doing well at home?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, she's due for her routine screening lab work as well. And you're wanting to do that today as well? Really nice meeting you guys. Yeah, you're welcome.
Hi. Good girl. Okay. Bye.
Take care. Modern Animal allows me to be empathetic. They allow me to be compassionate, to be loudly myself, to be funny, to be kind, to be sad. I will go into a room with someone who has a pet who maybe we're gonna have a serious conversation, and I'll be serious with them, but I'll be sad with them too. I think every euthanasia I've done, I've cried, and I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. That's life, you know, new puppies are born and other dogs and cats pass away, and it's so sad and it's also so happy. It's just the normal process of life. And unfortunately, as a doctor, you just have to go through that in 10 hours in your day. You have to go through so many emotions of life, but I also think that's something that makes veterinary medicine really beautiful.
Little tail.
So cute.
If I could give Dr. Gober any additional advice, it would be to always trust your gut, trust your instincts. Don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to use your expertise, and know that you are the best veterinarian that you can be, and you're only gonna get better day in and day out. It's just gonna be a roller coaster. It's gonna be fun. There's going to be peaks and valleys, but you're amazing. You are going to navigate this so well. I 100% believe that you are going to be one of the best veterinarians that I've ever seen.